Martin Hall here with
Robin Boretti, your head golf professional here at the club at Ibis.
and we've just finished filming a 7-part piece on how you can all hit the ball a bit farther. Everybody wants to do that. I should have prefaced all of it by saying it really does help if you hit the ball in the middle of the club, by the way. That's something you have to do if you want to hit the ball farther. But let's just have a quick review
Absolutely.
of those 7 sort of jigsaw pieces that we put together, Robin, to help people hit the ball farther. The first one was to have a strong grip. Strong grip encourages body action. What does strong grip mean in a sentence or two? What did you get out of what we did together
I
there?
think one of the biggest keys, and you said this is an Annika thing.
Yes, it is.
The 6th finger, that goes on the top of that club. I think that is so key. I see this all the time. Top of the club, then the thumb is to the side, the lead hand is to the right side of the club. See 2 to 3 knuckles, you're there.
Yeah, and I would say 2 to 3, and if you sometimes got to 4, it wouldn't upset me too much. The second thing that we talked about was what I call the Rory story that I filmed with Rory McIlroy here at the club at Ibis. I think you came out to watch
Yeah,
a
I
few
watched
of
it. It
them.
was great.
And one of Rory's big keys is to keep the club face looking at the ball in the takeaway. So your thoughts on what we said there, Rob, about that?
Well, I've always thought of the club face doing it, but I think a great thought is if I take my backhand, my trail hand, and put it on my elbow there, and I keep my elbow facing the ground there,
Yeah, just like
that
that
just
elbow
takes
down.
care of the face of the club.
Yes, it does.
So
Whatever your
that's
left
it.
elbow
It's
does,
good.
pretty
It's
much
done.
what the face of the club is doing. Third part in our power jigsaw would be make sure you set the wrist. Don't forget the set, as I call it. And the way to learn that is simply put the club on your right shoulder if you're right-handed. It's okay to let the arms bend here because we're going to straighten them out in a moment. Turn the body and then stretch the hands away from the body and just get a feeling there of what a nice sort of crisp angle you've made between the shaft of the club and the left arm. That sort of hinging the wrists around some sort of pivot point there. Very important. Any thoughts on that one, Robin?
The only thing I would mention is what we did talk about is making sure that this back of the glove, if you have a glove on, is facing out and it's not too cupped.
Yeah.
That's important right there.
Definitely don't want it to cup too cup. Now you can't do anything on hitting the ball farther without increasing the amount you turn, because the way you turn and unturn really adds speed to your motion. But I'm not a fan of turning the shoulders. I'm a fan much more of this drill that we did, where you just put your hand in your chest so your thumb points out towards the camera, and you think far more of turning the chest as far as you can. Turning the chest and actually turning the chest up to the sky a bit, that helps you keep the head still. And I'm sure you can feel a pretty good stretch then in the left shoulder.
I can.
And
Love
then
it.
that would lead us to the 5th point. There were 7 on, this is the 5th point. And this is probably the hardest one, but it's the one that will give you the most gain, if you can get it. It is the hardest one, but it's to learn to sort of shift the weight with the hips. So the hips go first. As we start down, the hips go first, and they go fast. The more you can shift your weight and turn your hips, they go first and they go fast. And the swish of the club is loud, but it's last. You want the swish to be, feel that it's after the ball.
Yes.
So the more you can feel the hips go first and fast, and the swish is loud but last, the better you're going to be.
That'll help me a lot. A lot.
It will actually help you
Yes.
because it'll keep
Yes.
the speed up through the ball.
Yes.
So, you know, Robin and I hit decent shots from time to time, but don't think we don't have problems with this game.
Absolutely not.
we
It's all relative, remember.
Yeah, we certainly do. And that would bring us to the 6th piece, which is feed what you need, from that great teacher Paul Berthley. And that's just after impact there, to just feed what you need, to just have the lead palm up to the sky. It was one of Morgan Pressel's greatest thoughts for the longest time. I think I've mentioned before that I taught her here since she was 10. You've seen her come many times and still does. But that to this day she uses that. Catching the raindrops after impact is a great way to turn the club face over. It's much better than sort of waving the wrist, far superior to that. And that would lead us to the last piece, which is the photo finish.
Correct.
Finish as if someone was going to take a photo of you. Now, you've always done that. All the years I've watched you hit golf balls, you've always finished.
You've mentioned that to me, yes.
You finish high. Why is that? Who taught you to do that?
My dad taught me when I was a little kid. I mean, I started competing when I was 7, and it was what I was taught. You
Yeah,
know,
to
it was
finish high.
just finish high. Swing it through and finish high, so
Yeah,
I do.
Finish high and watch it fly. What does that do?
I'm glad it was a good thing.
It was a good thing.
Yes.
Well done, Dad. Look, it helps you hit up at the ball a little bit. it helps you swing out to the right a little bit, and it helps you keep the extension through the ball. So those are the 7 points. That's a real snapshot look at them, but if you can look at the pieces we did in detail, it's going to help you hit the ball farther, no doubt. We are always here to help you, whether it's Robin, whether it's me, whether it's my right-hand man, Michael Kohler, Darren, Patricia, Antoine, Stephanie, Dan, any of the guys in the shop. We're always here to help you. That's what we want to do. This has been by no means an easy time for any of us, but
no, it hasn't.
we are here to help you. We love helping you, and we love being at Ibis, don't we?
We love Ibis. We love you. Thank you very much.